Alright guys, how you doing? Basically today, as you can see on our channel, we've been playing the Ghost Recon closed beta, and we're just going to give our thoughts on what we think about the game and, things that we would like to see implemented and the bugs that we came across. So, the first thing that what we came across was the audio bugs in the game, which, now D, obviously you didn't what?
You didn't
Yeah, you
experience it,
didn't
no.
experience the intro, which because we skipped it. But before me and Dee Dee started recording, I did play the very first mission, which is noticeable in our very first video because I knew where the enemy were and what was happening. But at the very start of the game, the audio isn't synced. You know, when you're watching the player's mouth move, you do notice you do notice that it's not synced, and sometimes the audio would like cut out. It would be like hello and then it would and then it would go on from there, and then it would go and then you know in the back of the helicopter the guy turns around and speaks to the pilot and says, "Yo, where did you come from?" Well, I think it's the pilot anyway, and then you don't even hear what the pilot says because all you hear is you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, and what we also noticed is, especially when we were using the silencers, sometimes when you took the silencers off the gun, you know, it still sounded like a silencer.
Yeah.
There was no, especially when you were in close areas, you didn't hear the sound effect of the weapon echoing. So you didn't. It sounded very quiet. So it did, you want to feel immersed as best as possible. You want to hear the firefight echoing about, things like that. Now, to be fair, when we first did get in, you did hear gunfire in the background, which I thought was a nice touch. So it did, to be fair. You know,
It was, yeah.
do you, did you see any audio bugs that you could think of?
Audio bugs? No, I can't really think of audio bugs. The only bugs, like, I haven't, didn't catch up on any audio bugs because I skipped through the intro, and obviously I did know some of whenever you took off the sensor, it did sound like it was still on, for whatever reason that is. It didn't feel like there wasn't that gun effect whenever you were shooting with the silencer off. It still felt you had it there, because if you're shooting a guy with another guy like literally 5 meters or 5 yards away from him with no silencer on, obviously he would hear that and get alert that it didn't happen. But even sometimes whenever you did have the silencer on and you were shooting a guy from
A distance,
from like
yeah,
a distance, and the other guy was like a distance away from
yeah.
him with
He
the
got
silencer
alerted
on,
to it.
he was alert. So that's a wee bit of a bugger because it should be the opposite way around.
Yeah, I noticed that
It
myself,
should be
especially
with
when
it.
we were doing the helicopter mission, which I don't think we captured on footage. But there was a bit where we were doing this mission, which we kept getting frustrated with because every time we shot, somehow the lieutenant knew that we dropped this guy, and it was weird because sometimes the lieutenant was in the building, and you were
And he
shooting people down the hill, and it was like, wait, how's he getting alerted to this? You know what I mean?
Yes. And also, like, there was other bugs we found in the game, like the ammo bug.
Oh
I
yeah,
noticed that you were shooting like 3 or 4 times on semi-automatic, and you were down to 5 bullets.
yeah, I noticed that. Yeah,
You know that was mainly on you, but sometimes even whenever I was shooting
I think I actually recorded that. I think that
yeah,
comes in
and
the
even whenever
video
I had
next.
yeah, and also I know whenever I was like shooting semi-automatic and I was shooting once or twice, it was reloading very fast, and it said my gun had 20 bullets in it. How can you have 20 bullets, but after 2 or 3 shots, you had to reload?
Yeah, it was weird. Sometimes it did reload on its own, which I found
Which was
quite odd.
it was
I think
very frustrating whenever, especially in one of the videos I think it's coming out, is whenever we're in a mix of a battle,
yeah, that's the next video coming out.
we're constantly fighting, we're constantly reloading whenever we're not running out of that plus bullets, because we're not shooting that much. Like, we're not shooting constantly, like we're using all the bullets. It's or some bugs that we have found. Like, also the other bug was, you notice, obviously I couldn't notice it because it's not happening on my screen. On your screen, I was on one of the bikes, and I was driving it on my screen, but on your screen I was running.
Yeah,
I
you were
wasn't
running.
on the bike.
Yeah, I couldn't see
Wasn't
the
on the bike.
bikes because we both had a separate bike. My bike disappeared. Your bike disappeared, and for some reason, he jumped. You jumped on your bike, and you were saying to me that you were on your bike, but
Yeah.
for me, you
I was
were
just
running
out.
around in like very slow motion. So you did. That was a very odd one. I don't know if that was lag or there were sync issues with the game. I did hear. I did tell you to, put your microphone close to your speaker so you could prove that you were on your bike, and you actually were on your bike, which is that was another weird
And,
one.
and then also, whenever there was an enemy front coming towards us,
Yes, in our
you
second video,
ducked.
yeah.
The second video, you ducked at literally the last second, but it was at the last second you ducked.
No,
You
I
were on
was
the
I
ground.
was lying down the whole time,
Were you
so
on the ground?
yeah, I was lying down the whole time.
You were lying down the whole time. You didn't even
Yeah,
get
didn't take damage
face.
from the vehicle. It hit me like you can see
Yeah.
clearly in the video. It does hit me, square on in the head, but nothing take. And
Damage.
we were both surprised, so we were.
Yeah. Because like any other video, if you're in like a Battlefield video or a GTA video, like vehicles hit you, you get damaged or you die. It's just bugs like that. Just hopefully the bugs do go off it, and then also the other bugs we've noticed is whenever you're driving a car or you're driving a bike and you exit the vehicle or jump off the bike, you don't fall. You just get out like you're flying at a high speed. Next minute, your bike just goes on the ground and you just get off it like it's stationary.
Yeah.
And like you're driving fast in the car, you're just hitting the exit the car, and you're just jumping out again, like the car's stationary and it's not moving, and that's just weird. Because I mean, if you were jumping out of a speeding car in real life, you wouldn't just jump out and you land on your feet unless you're a magician.
Now on the bikes, we did do it on the bikes, but I understand because we weren't going at full pelt. But there was times where I jumped out of the vehicle and I was just, I just stood there.
The only one what obviously didn't happen on is the helicopter.
Yeah, Jackie Chan jumped out on us.
He
for
jumped
fuck's
out.
sake.
He jumped out with following me. 'Cause I didn't think or in the mission. Don't know. Obviously, some of the people who will have viewed our videos mightn't have played the game, mightn't have seen it. But in that mission, you had to take a lead on him.
Mm-hmm.
So he was following you, but I didn't know he was going to follow you everywhere you went.
He
So
jumped
wherever
out.
I went, like you go, oh, switch seats. So I was thinking, okay, no problem, I'll switch seats. I didn't think we were in the air and I jumped out by accident. I hit the wrong button and I didn't think he was going to jump out after me.
I was
thought
funny.
that was
But
him.
even when he jumped out, I didn't see any. He just fell straight. Did you see it? He just went down like a stick. There was
He
no
just went down.
animation when he was
Yeah,
falling. And it was the
it
same
was
with
the same
yourself. There was no animation. It looked like you were just went down a rope.
It's like bugs. It's like obviously you're going to get bugs in the beta. You're
Yeah.
going to get some bugs in the proper game for the first wee while because they're still
I'm not-
tweaking things about.
We're not too sure what the now. I was speaking to a few people on Twitter. I'm not too sure if what build this is. Nobody knows how old this build is. The beta, how old it is. It could be, but most people are speculating it's 3 or 4 months old. So hopefully, obviously, hopefully the team, the Ubisoft team, have already fixed most of these issues in the game. Obviously, there is a lot of criticism going on, but that is understandable for a closed beta. But guys, we will also be, talking about things that we liked in the game as well. So don't think this is just us throwing negativity at the game. These are just things that we would like to see fixed and to make the game more enjoyable for everyone. Some people might not agree with some of the stuff we said, but a lot of the things
Some
that
people might have got it.
yeah, that's and another thing that I personally noticed. I think you only used the sniper once, Dee, did you?
Yep.
Yeah. Did you notice when you fired the sniper rifle, the bullet velocity? Did you notice that it felt very slow? Like you fired and then roughly I'd say about 0.5 seconds later, it hit your target. It didn't feel immediate. You know what I mean?
Well, in the one shot I hit, obviously it was the one shot I did take with a sniper rifle. I did kill the target, and it felt, it didn't feel.
It feels like
Push. Like you said,
it took about
once I
half a
shot,
second.
once I shot, I think that half a second later,
Yeah,
and then the enemy was dead. But whenever I was watching it, whenever I was beside you, whenever you were taking your shots, you were shooting. I obviously can't tell on your screen, but I can tell why you do your sniping
mhm,
from previous games, and obviously I know you always take your shot above,
mhm,
but it was still going under level of the guy. It wasn't hitting your target.
yeah.
It was very
There
slow
was
down. It was like
hopefully,
dropping down. It was going down the ways.
yeah.
Shots
Hopefully
weren't
they
going
do.
straight.
Yeah, that's the bullet drop in the game. Now, hopefully, they do add a rangefinder or something, because that's one thing I didn't feel confident doing, is shooting at long range, because I didn't. Now, obviously, we don't know if there's going to be a rangefinder in the game or what, but hopefully there will be, because especially for long range sniping, it didn't. It felt awkward at times trying to shoot it.
Yeah, you had to be up close.
You did. Like there was it, and on the note of sniper rifles, I've been searching far and wide. I'm not too sure. I could be wrong. I think the ghillie suits in the game are just a cosmetic. Now, what I would like to see is the ghillie suits giving some sort of advantage. When you lie down, you become more undetectable, because that's obviously what a ghillie suit's made for. So hopefully, it would be cool to see. Now, it's obviously going to be hard to implement, but it'd be cool to see, the different camouflages in the game giving you a certain advantage. If you're wearing a bright blue, clothing, you're going to get detected a lot easier in the desert or the jungle, you know what I mean? So things like that should be brought into the game, because we obviously styled our guys around deserty type clothing, because, we thought maybe that would play a factor in it, but it didn't really. Even though the AI was pretty useless in the game, it didn't feel hard enough. There was obviously some missions we failed, but that was because of our own stupidity more than anything else. And
also because of the bugs.
yeah, and the bugs, yeah.
Yeah.
But hopefully the enemy AI does become a lot smarter. Like they did say, you do get to shape your world, so hopefully as the game progresses, the cartel does become more vigilant and more, aware of you as you progress in the game. And another thing, speaking, on the cartel aspect, one thing that I didn't like was the faction-specific vehicles. When the cartel was driving past, they were driving these like vehicles with like their it felt very their symbols and their shit on it. Cartels in real life, yes, okay, Sinaloa and all that there, they did have their vehicles and their security teams where they did show off their badges and stuff, but if you went to Sinaloa or Jalisco or Guadalajara, if you went to those places, you wouldn't know who's a cartel member and who's with CGNG, who's with Sinaloa, who's with Los Zetas. You're not going to know that type of stuff. So it'll be cool to see, obviously it's probably a bit too late now, but it would have been cool to see the cartel blend into the general population, and making it harder for you as a ghost to, figure out who's civilian, who's cartel. Those types of things would have been nice. So they would have, obviously, it's a game, but it's meant to be a tactical shooter. Yeah. It would be nice to see those types of vehicles rid of and remove, the orange. I don't know if you noticed, but like you knew who was who. Like when a purple vehicle pulled up, you knew it was Unidad. If a orange vehicle pulled up, you knew it was Thingy. I understand the rebels. Yeah, I understand having the rebel car is green because obviously they're friendly, but it would be cool to see you didn't know the Unidad patrol was there and you didn't know a cartel patrol was there, because obviously you noticed on the
Expect
map. Yeah, you're expecting it. Like when we were pulling up to some places, yes, sometimes we weren't looking at our map, and we drove in the latest video coming out. You know, you'll see at the very start of it. You know, we do walk into Unidad patrol at night, but that's probably because we weren't paying attention to the map. We were messing about with our night vision at that time.
And fair enough, there are some times where whenever you were just driving along, next minute the map was flashing orange and you were under attack by people on foot. But that's because they're on foot. You can't see people on foot on the map. You can only see your obviously I can see you. That's good.
That's good. Yeah.
That's with me.
But what
Only
gave
if
it
they're going out
away?
with the cars.
Yeah, what also gave it away that there was people there is that, you know, there was a bright orange marker telling you that that was an enemy area, or there was a bright purple lit up area telling you that that was an enemy area. That personally needs to be removed from the game, because it's letting you know that there's people up ahead. It should be up to the ghosts, you know, you as a player, on how you approach a situation. You know, if you walk up to a patrol by accident, that's your fault. You know, you didn't be vigilant entering that area, you know, because, you know, sometimes you'll see in the game, you know, we approach an area and the Unidad patrols are just sitting there, you know, they're sitting talking to each other. It would be nice to see some vehicle checkpoints out of nowhere. You know, you're coming around of a corner, next minute there's a Unidad vehicle checkpoint there, and, you know, you either need to get back or you need to get, you know, into a position to engage. Those types of things need to be added, where you could just walk into a patrol at any time. You could get ambushed at any time. You didn't see that type of stuff. It just felt the enemy were waiting to be shot.
Yeah.
So
it's like a couple of videos. I don't know if it's any of the ones we put out or the ones are coming out, but they were just standing about. Like you said, and they're just waiting to be shot. They're not vigilant. We could walk up to them from behind and either shoot them or like hit them with like our gun, like snap an axe, whatever you would like to do. But because we knew they were there, we knew because the big orange sensor was telling us they were there, so we knew to expect that. There's people walking on the side of the road, civilians, and we just knew that because they were doing no harm. Maybe if you completely get rid of all the markers of the Unidad markers and the enemy markers, you just be walking down, just walking normal.
Yeah.
And next minute you're coming under attack out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, you're not expecting it. Out of nowhere, there's no flashing orange on the map or flashing purple on the map or nothing. The only ones who should be on the map is obviously the green friendly. Even I've noticed on the map too, you can just see the cars.
Yeah.
Like the cars, like showing the cars.
I thought that ruined my immersion. That really did ruin my immersion inside the game. I understand for people who are, you know, casual gamers, yes, give them the option to have those on. But, you know, give the option for us type of players who want to, you know, get ambushed. We want to be shot at, you know.
Well, you can edit it.
Yeah.
Like, and you can put on your hub. You can put on like who, what, no, all that.
Yeah, obviously you can turn it all off, you know, as you said. You can turn it off, but that's a feature. Do you have to turn off?
Yeah, you have to have a map.
Yeah.
You can't just guess where you're going. If they had the map and you just had the feature, had an option where you can turn off enemy, and you need to have a feature where you don't have to see them on the map, so you just.
I think there is a feature for the game to turn it off. I'm not 100% sure, but you know, there should be a game mode in the game where you can play without all that stuff. No, like the way Battlefield has its hardcore mode.
Yes.
You know, something like that. You know. Add where there's no icons, there's nothing like that. Yes, keep the icons so you know where your bloody mission is, but you know, remove the icons where there's vehicles, you know where your enemy is. Remove that type of stuff, because I was hoping to walk around a corner and get ambushed, but the whole time there was absolutely no reason, you know, because that's cartels they're not stupid, you know. Cartels are not stupid people. They're the most, you know, they're the most organized organizations in the world, and they have people who are ex-military. You know, it'd be nice to see people get ambushed, but in this game I felt, you know, the AI, as I said earlier, they're just there to get shot at.
In the first video, if anyone, I don't know if anyone knows, in the first video, you actually turn around and say, "Oh, enemy front, enemy front." You
Yeah.
expect, like, you shouldn't be expecting that.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be sitting there going, "Oh, there's enemy coming. Oh, let's get in position and kill them."
Mm-hmm.
They should just be coming past you next bit. Boom, boom, boom. They're opening fire. And
Yeah.
you're like, "What the hell?" And then you're
Yeah.
going, "Bam." You
Yeah.
shouldn't have to be, "Oh, there's enemy. Oh, let's just lie down here." Boom, boom, boom. They're dead.
Their way, and then you're right. You
They're
know,
away. You're out.
it would be nice to have a wee hardcore type. Now, hopefully they do add a hardcore type mode where you can get rid of all that stuff. And obviously we
Yeah.
could speak on this all day, but we'll move on.
Yeah.
What I noticed as well, now I understand Unidad because Unidad is a military here, but the amount of miniguns in that game was absolutely bonkers. Like, I seen rebels with a minigun strapped to the back of their, tow truck, and then you had the cartels with like miniguns, and then you had cartels with freaking machine gun helicopters and stuff like that. But come on to hell here. You're against the cartel. You're not against another highly sophisticated military here. It would be nice to see the rebels have LMGs or HMGs on the back of their vehicles. The same with the cartels, instead of having these bloody miniguns that you would see strapped to a helicopter or an A10 or on whatever else, instead of being on the back of a technical, a mounted truck, as it's called. I think if you put one of those in the back of a truck, the truck would go flying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's one of them things. It's just simple things like that. I wouldn't know what. I'm obviously, you're more the expert on all the guns and vehicles and stuff like that, and what would be good for and what would be silly for. But to me, I don't know if it is, but is it unrealistic? Like,
yeah, it is.
Yeah, it would be
I wouldn't see a cartel. I wouldn't, especially in Mexico. I wouldn't see a cartel driving down the street with a minigun strapped to it. You know what I mean?
I don't think you would see. I don't even think you would see anyone who, if you were like standing in the middle of the street, off even in Belfast or like anywhere, London,
I know. It does.
Ireland, Dublin, anywhere, you're not going to just turn around
Yeah.
and like casually just stand there and look at a big fan and just be a big pickup truck with a big machine gun on the end of it. Like, you're really going to be there and going, what the fuck?
I know. Like you see, that's why.
A bit more smart than that.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to see them have technicals. With like what ISIS have with the the HMGs on the back and stuff. That type of stuff. Yes, cartels make billions and billions of dollars, but I don't think every vehicle needs to have a minigun on the back of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think it does.
That ruined it for me again. Like, I think it was me and you were driving, and we actually came round the corner, and I seen I think it was the first time I ever seen the rebels, and I flew round the corner, and the next minute I just seen the rebels, with a minigun in the back, and I was just sitting there like, what the Jesus is this? This wee guy's firing a minigun. And then, as well as that, the game, speaking more on that aspect, the game does feel more like you're in Afghanistan than in a drug war. Does feel as if, as you previously stated, it does feel like you're in Afghanistan, you know what I mean? Where, I don't know, obviously you can't explore the full map, we only explored a small portion of it, but hopefully there is towns that you visited and, it's full of people walking around, there's an atmosphere. Yeah,
corners.
Yeah. And just doing natural stuff in the streets, going into shops, eating at restaurants, whatever, hopefully it's not all this big mountainous open land and then randomly you come through a town that's deserted but loads of cartel members, like.
And also, as well, like you're saying about people going in the shops, what in my opinion, what just didn't really feel realistic is you're in the middle of a mountain and there's people just randomly just walking on the side of the road, just like in the middle of the mountain. What the fuck are you doing in the middle of the mountain?
Yeah, I would understand if there was a
They were hiking.
yeah,
They were hiking or something.
there was a a town nearby, but there was parts where you were on top of a mountain, and then there was just this random person walking past
Yeah.
you. You were just like,
And
what?
like fair enough. Going across, obviously, you're going right down the road, and there's like a wee person on the side of the road, like bent down doing like a wee vigil and praying because there's a guy hanging on.
I wish you didn't notice the first time.
Yeah, well, that was just like what the fuck was that? I was like, obviously I didn't notice that because and stuff like that. I was like, what the hell? It's like I thought the guy was just like doing like a wee ritual. I didn't see the guy actually hanging. But if that's good, fair enough. That could be understandable because they're taking them out of the way to do stuff like that. But are they going to have that in like if there is like wee towns, wee cities, or not even towns, like cities, sorry, like wee like areas in like the main like around the map where you're going in, if there's like wee shops, houses and whatever whatnot, is there going to be people just randomly in different places just hanging about where
Yeah, where you wouldn't expect them to be.
yeah rather than in the middle of nowhere where But is there also people? I don't know if this is probably going to be a stupid question, and because I'm not, this is obviously my first Tom Clancy game.
Yeah.
I've never played Tom Clancy game, so I didn't know. I was jumping on the ship here just to see what it's like. But is there going to be any like authorities in it besides the cartel and the
Like
ghost, like
police?
like not like police or FBI or CIA, any of that,
No,
any authority?
basically
no, just
the
you're
game.
just
Yeah,
it's just
the cartel
That's
is
fair.
the cartel is the authority. They control the government. They control. I think they control Unidad. I'm not too sure.
you're like you said, the UD that's like like a military.
Yeah, it
So-
is. It's
So that's basically that. Yeah, that's I've answered
Yeah.
my own question then.
yeah.
Just because something like that.
It's like an oppress.
either-
You're like
Yes.
oppressing. You're trying to fix. You're the rebels.
So I'm going to use I'm going to use the Fast and Furious 7 concept of this. So basically, what the Ghost are is that we're basically like Jason Stathem's character in Fast and Furious, where he's been off the radar he's like a wee ghost. He's like,
Well, no,
the
the ghost. Your ghosts. The ghosts are.
see, I don't understand like
The
stuff
ghosts-
like that. Sorry.
The ghosts are an elite unit of the United States military who are sent into Bolivia to, fix the situation.
Is that not
Basically, the ghosts. The best way to explain it, the ghosts are like the SAS. So they are.
is that what his character wasn't in the Fast and Furious? He was like he was
in the SAS. Yes.
Yeah, so that's basically what I mean. He's just off the map.
Yeah, he's
where
an
you
elite
can't-
soldier. Yeah.
You can't find him.
Yeah.
But he'll find you. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Like stuff like
'cause
that. So
again,
that's-
you haven't watched. Yeah, because you didn't watch the intro. If you if you ever go and watch the intro, which I think I did do a video on, I'm not too sure. But if you watch the intro, you will see, the girl turns round and goes, "How does it feel to be someone who's off the radar?" And speaking about his kids, because obviously they can't tell their kids who they are, because they're an elite, secretive unit that nobody's meant to know about. Because if you die, if your character if we're speaking in reality, if your character was to die there, obviously, you're not part of anything, so you just died. No one would know that you died. Whereas, if you were a normal soldier, and it was publicly known that you were fighting there, you would
Yeah,
obviously, it'd be on the news. You know what I mean? Soldier dies in Iraq or something like that. But you're there secretly, so you are for your government, fighting for your government, but your government obviously doesn't justify that you're there, or whatever the word is, doesn't acknowledge you're there. Pretty much, it's kind of to stop a war, and that's what they're there for. It's the same. We are going off a bit off track here, but it's the same in Syria. There is SAS troops in Syria fighting, so there is. But the British government is never going to acknowledge that, because if they acknowledge that, then technically you're declaring war on Syria. But I'm not going to bore people too much, but we'll move on from that. Another thing, vehicle controls and helicopter controls. there was an we did speak earlier about the helicopter. The first time we flew it is when obviously when Jackie Chan jumped out, as we call him. Wait, do we actually know that guy's name? Did we ever get that guy's name?
Didn't listen.
No, neither did I actually. I can't remember. But we'll call him Hector.
Hector. We hacked.
When we were picking up Hector, I obviously flew the helicopter. You later flew it on later on in the game, which you'll probably see in footage coming up. It did the helicopter didn't, to me, it didn't feel very responsive. It did feel very broken. It was like flat, and you noticed the auto hover. Remember, we were flying, and it just sat there. Like it just looked like it was floating the whole time. It did feel very flat. There was no movement to the helicopter. There was no speed.
Went very slow, yeah.
Yeah, there was no very. It was, I will probably add footage later on of us showing the helicopter controls. It did feel very weird. Like it was very hard to control at times. There was no rudder system. You couldn't.
Whenever you're trying, like, for me, obviously, I'm not the best of expert of like a helicopter flyer. Don't know how I'm not best doing it. Even I was able to control it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying something. I can control it because whenever you were on the ground and you're like going up, you just went up very slowly. And whenever you're trying to get up to a height, you were just like lifting your
stick back. Yeah, it didn't feel.
It just felt very slow.
Yeah, it felt very it felt very arcadey. So it did.
Yeah.
The same with vehicles. Like vehicles were nice. Now we did notice one thing that we did like is I keep saying Sanchez because of GTA.
Yeah, the
scramblers.
Yeah. Scramblers. Yeah, the one thing we did notice is what I loved about is whenever you're moving.
Yeah, to the left to the right.
There'll be effects.
Yeah.
It's like you're actually on a motorbike where you're moving left and right, and all
yeah,
like that.
That was
it
nice.
Actually moves.
Yeah,
that was nice.
But one thing, that we noticed.
A random 360 turn, like
I didn't even fall. I thought maybe you would fall off your bike, and when we were, in the I think it's the second video we did. We were jumping off the cliff.
Yeah,
and it felt like you were glued to your bike. You didn't fall off. I was hoping that I think you did fall off your bike at one point when you crashed into a vehicle. Now there was an incident though. Now I haven't released it, but there is an incident where you do hit a vehicle dead on at night. It was one of the night maps that we played. When it was night, you crashed dead on into a vehicle. Nothing happened to you. You were just drove on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no collision at all. And then when we were going, I think we were in a vehicle and we were like 3 kilometers away, and we thought, you know what, fuck this, and we just flew off the cliff, and it just rolled. There was no damage to the vehicle, and it felt very, very, very slow going down. You know what I mean? There was no collision. There should be damage to the vehicle, but there wasn't. It just after we went tumbling down the hill, we just drove on. There was no.
And even whenever you get hit with a bike,
there was no damage.
Normally whenever you're jumping off a cliff and like you're landing, as soon as you're landing, you're just landing flat, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You're driving on. Where if you're playing like the likes of GTA, I know we keep mentioning GTA because we're only using that as an example because of the bikes. As soon as you hit the ground, you're either chances you're hitting the perfect landing and you're making that good jump, or you're hitting that ground and you're flying down the fucking road and your bike's miles away. If you're jumping, just for instance, I'm going to use Mount Chillad, GTA for example. You jump off a cliff, you've got a 50-50 chance of dying or landing or falling off it. But you're jumping off a cliff in wetlands.
Yeah.
You're landing every single time.
Yeah.
You're not even budging.
There should be a negative effect. It should be like, say, you're doing a mission and the next minute you're like, right, the only way out of here is off this cliff. Now you need to be thinking, will I survive this or will I not survive this? Even if you did it in the bed now, you would survive it, you know what I mean? There should be that thought going through your head, right, if I jump off this cliff, am I going to live, or should I go, the hard way out, you know what I mean? There should be that, there should definitely be a collision in the game. It just, you could probably jump from like the highest mountain, you'd probably survive.
Yeah, and also I didn't test it, I wanted to test it. Mid-air, I would love to jump off of like a big massive cliff, and then mid-air, jump off the bank and see what happens. Just to see what happens, because I did jump over that wee slope, like I showed you in one of the videos. You jump over
and jump off. Did you say you wanted to jump off the bike?
Yeah, just to see what happens. Because no way in one of the clips, I think it's the second video, I said jump over, jump over the wee cliff, and you like the wee hill. You jumped off your bike and you just landed on your feet. That's for me. Just jump off a high cliff and just jump off the bike just to see what happens. Do you get your parachute automatically, or do you just land on the ground?
I think
do you survive?
Yeah, I was thinking that. I know. I jumped from the helicopter when you were flying it, and I didn't hit my parachute. I just hit the ground and died. But
yeah, that's good.
I was thinking that. Yeah,
that's one thing.
Yeah, I was thinking that there. I wonder if you did jump off your bike, would you be able to deploy your parachute, or would you just fall to your death? That'd be an interest. That should have been one we should have tested. Yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone knows, comment below and tell us.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We're probably only two
jackasses. Yeah. There was things we were testing, especially shooting cows and stuff. I mean, we were testing the small things, Even at the very first video, the first thing Diddy turned around to do when he was shooting his weapon was the first thing he tried to do was shoot me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you couldn't shoot him. You couldn't shoot him just to see, because it was like, fucking, know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you're able to kill cows, you're able to kill chickens, you're able to kill goats.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun though.
That is fun though. I mean, if you want some bacon, go and just fucking. You want some fucking steak, go and kill a cow.
Yeah, exactly. And
if you want some eggs, just blow up a chicken. I shot a chicken, and the chicken actually just, it actually does explode.
Yeah. So, did you notice? Now, there's a few bugs that I wrote down here. Some things that people tried and tested. Did you ever see the bug, especially when we were in the water? Sometimes when you respawn, your sound is bugged and it permanently sounds like you're underwater. Did you ever get that?
No.
I didn't ever get that.
I never got that. Because not everyone, obviously, I don't know. I don't think everyone probably mightn't get the same bug. So we're probably sitting talking and other.
Or people are just like, yeah, what the Jesus did these guys experience? Don't get me wrong. Even throughout the video, you will videos that we do. You will see. We do praise the game. The game was very, very enjoyable.
Yeah.
So it was.
Yeah. Everyone's gonna have their slight problems with it. Their slight criticism. Am I saying that right? Criticism.
Yeah.
Right. Of a beta. That's why it's there for us gamers, for us players to test it and give back our feedback. Because that beta is not going to come out and it's not going to be like, fuck yes, this is it. This is brilliant. Because everyone's slobbered. I never done it because I never got accepted. Well, I never played the Battlefield beta. Everyone was sitting slaying it. People were saying, this here, that there, this here, that there, no, on that. But they love the game. But this here, fair enough. Besides the wee silly bugs, what we've mentioned, the wee silly things, what we found of the game was very enjoyable. The customization of the characters was enjoyable.
Absolutely brilliant. Hopefully, there's going to be more added into it, because
obviously they're not going to throw everything at us at once.
Now they could do that. Now that could be the final bit. That customization and the weapons, I think now there could be DLC content in the future. Obviously, there's still things to be unlocked when you when me and you killed, what was their names? His and her. You got their weapons. After that, I can't remember their names.
We looked at the map and we've seen how many people there is on the map, and let's just say you're going to be there if you love playing missions and you want to do like. Missions is the multiplayer missions basically, yeah. You're gonna enjoy it because there's a lot of them, and you're also just getting synced into a side mission without even you're just getting synced into it for the as a part of that mission. You have to do build up missions to get to that big mission, which is very enjoyable because you're not going straight into a mission, finishing that, and you're like, all right, what's the next mission you unlock? You have to do a couple of side missions, I believe.
And another thing that I noticed, Dee, was especially when you downed, it was during the firefight that we were in, and you got downed.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was times where I couldn't revive you on, I think you noticed, especially when we were getting shot at,
Yeah.
Sometimes I couldn't revive you at all. It wouldn't let me. I think it took 3 tries. I think it was a client side bug. I think on my screen you weren't in cover, but on your screen I think you were in cover.
I was
So
I was in cover. I was on my screen. I was crouched down, and I was in cover.
You were near you were just to the right of the door, because that's where that's where I seen you fall, because it was the grenade that killed you. That's where I seen you fall, but your body
near me.
in the body you teleported out into the middle of the open. And I had to move. I actually you will see in the video. I actually had to move to the bit where you were meant to be and revive you. I think that happened twice, especially I think one you got run over. I don't think I showed the second time you got run over. Just going back to helicopters, did we ever test? I don't know if we did. Now you're very prone to this because you do this a lot in GTA. You run into the propellers. Did we ever test that? No, did we not?
No, didn't test that.
Now, I know there is a few bugs people are complaining about where you can actually stand on top of the chopper. Now we did try to test to see if we could stand on the back of a truck, but we couldn't. You kept sliding off.
Sorry. You said that. You slid off. You didn't fall off.
You slid off.
You're literally I was standing on top of a car, on top of a truck, and you were just driving. And next bit you're just glancing off.
Apparently, some people have been able to. Apparently, some people have been able to stand on top of choppers and fly while. Hopefully, there is a collision where for us dozy people who walk into the back of the propeller of a helicopter, we should be punished for that stupidity. You know what I mean?
Also, as well, what I do, here's a pro on it. What I actually do enjoy is you can actually get in the trunks of cars, but it only should be enjoyable and cool if you can actually get up and shoot, or open the back of the boot and
boot it open and just shoot. You know what I mean? That would be brilliant. But you're just sitting in the back of it and meditating.
Smashing the window and blind shoot.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
That would be fun.
You're just landing there. But the only enjoyable thing is, just say you're an enemy car, another guy, and you just jump in that car.
In PvP. Imagine doing that in PvP.
Yeah, exactly. And then the guy's just driving out of his base and all, and then they get out, and it'd be fun if there was PvP and they were in the middle of a mission. And you got in their thing, and they got to their destination just before they were about to, complete that, and you had to take them out, jump out, and boom, they're dead.
That would be funny.
How amazing would it be? But how pissed would you be if it fucking happened to you? How pissed you'd be sitting there going, "Happy days! I'm about to get this. I'm about to get this. I'm about to get that," and then boom, you're dead. It's just like, motherfucker.
That would be funny. Now,
it would be funny.
Speaking about PvP, now nobody knows. Well, I haven't found anything on PvP yet. We were discussing before we came on here, how PvP would work and how we would like it to work. We were discussing, maybe, having an open world with, I don't know, how many people were in the Division. I'm not even too sure. Division, by the way, D, if you don't know, Division is Ubisoft's other open world game.
Yeah. I know that. That was last year or the year before.
Yeah, 2 years ago I think it was. Yeah. Now what they did is they had a PvP zone, which you walked into. Now I only played the beta of the Division because I absolutely thought that game was horrendous. had so much potential to be a very, very good game, and I hope this game does not turn out to be the same, because I have cartels, as you know, Didi. I could preach cartels all day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And hopefully the PvP is something similar where you go into a certain zone, and then you can collect loot, you can shoot at enemies, you can work as a team. Hopefully that is being implemented, or hopefully it's not. Now again, I would like an 8v8, team deathmatch, or like a capture the flag type thing, or something like that would be cool as well. But I would love like a zonal area where you go in, or even like an open world, where say there's 100 people on the map. Fingers crossed that's something that's being thought about, where you could be randomly walking about with friends. Next minute, some arsehole is doing the same mission as you and decides to shoot. Another thing, what I noticed as well. Well, you actually noticed. I was very surprised when you said this. Something I would like to take now. Obviously, you probably wouldn't like this removed, but removing the fact that you can change your loadout wherever you want. Now, we did notice that you can change your loadout without going to the loadout box.
Yeah, fair enough. I think for some people it is a good idea because you might want to change your gun way through, but I agree with you.
Yeah, that's something. Hopefully that was just a bug in the beta. Hopefully it wasn't. That's not going to be a permanent thing. I didn't really like that, so I didn't. Where you could change your I think it was you who changed your machine gun to a sniper rifle in the middle of a bloody forest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I mean, so you're like in the middle of a warfare, and you run out of bullets. I'll just go into my loadout and just change my gun over to a new gun, and boom, you've got a full magazine. Yeah, doesn't work like that.
Yeah, and another thing as well. Where is it? Where did I put it? I forgot what I was going to say. Yes. Now, one thing that I would like, and I know, Didi, this is something you would have liked as well. Now, this is going back again to wounded teammates. When your teammate is in the open, having the ability to drag your teammate to cover so that you can revive them.
Yeah.
Even, something like that would be nice. And as well, say, I'll create a scenario here where, say I'm on Overwatch with the sniper rifle, and I'm picking off people, with the sniper rifle, and you're down in, say, the farm or the ranch, wherever, it's taking place. Now, there was missions that we did do where, I shot someone, and then you were moving into your position, and then, we got compromised because the person found the body. What would be nice is, being able to move the enemy bodies, i.e. I take someone out, you sneak up, and you drag the body to safety so that it doesn't get seen. Something like that would be nice, keeping the stealth element in the game instead of worrying about, shit, if I shoot him, a guy's going to come round the corner. Yeah. Without you having the option to, to remove that body from sight, i.e. push it into a bush, or, just, I don't know, obviously I'm not saying...
Put it behind a barrel.
Yeah, or something like that. Something like that would be nice, move it out of the way. So, yes, if another sentry does come round that corner, he's not going to be alerted to the presence of that person. Maybe, you can make it so that the AI is smart enough to realise, right, where did Juan go, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, he's alerted, where the hell did Juan go? And then next minute, Emilio gets taken out. Right, something's going on here. Yes, that type of stuff, they should be starting to get alerted to that. Because, stationaries are starting to drop. Something like that, they become more aware. So that,
of their presence, but they just don't know what it is. Yeah. Because I could just go, right, you stay up in the mountaintop and you snipe them in. I'll sneak around the back and take the ones out from the back.
Yeah.
We're going around and we're taking them out far, far too easy. fair enough. Granted, there is some times where you're taking a shot, like we said earlier, that once you take that one shot with a suppressor on, they're allowed it. They're
Yeah.
allowed it, and it's not like they're right beside each other, and the person is damn right there beside them. They're round the corner. They're on the other side of like the compound of where they are, and they've got their backs to him. And next minute, boom, you hear a silencer, and then they turn around, and you're caught. Yeah.
So hopefully they do add that in, you know. And another thing that I was really annoyed about is the tag system. Now the tag system, great, yes, gives you extra XP, nothing wrong with that. I'm in full support of that. But what I'm not supportive of is the fact that, say you found tags in a building,
Yeah.
you tag that. Next minute, I have to run up to that building and get those tags. It should be if you're in that party with someone and your teammate gets them supplies or that medikit, that XP should be shared around the whole team. So you know, yay, Dee Dee's just got tags as tag supplies. It shouldn't be, oh, Dee Dee's got tag supplies. Yo, Chris, there's supplies over here. Come here and, you know, tag it so you get your XP. It should be a party-wide thing. So if one person gets it, it counts for everyone instead of everyone having to line up to wait to get the tags. You know what I mean? So it means, you can run over there, I can get those tags, and then John can go over there and get those tags, and Bilbo can go over there and get those tags, and then I can go and get tags, and then it saves us all having to fucking, run around the map, or lining up waiting for John, Jill, and all those ones to get their tags.
Yeah.
So it'll be a lot quicker for that type of thing to be implemented. What else would be nice?
It's frustrating and very, very frustrating whenever you're in the middle of battle. You're in a nice wee cover. Not even in the middle of battle. You're in a nice wee cover. You're about to do a wee side mission where you're about to take out like a few guys.
Is this where you're recalling the mission where we were assaulting the Unidad base?
Yeah, and all of a sudden rebels came in, just got us.
And started attacking the base. Yeah.
Yeah.
And got us spotted.
We didn't call in for backup. We didn't call in for help. They just came out of nowhere and just started. Whenever we got under attack with not even just Unidad, the cartel enemy, everyone was just attacking us because of rebels just coming in randomly in the game and just helping us whenever we never call for the backup.
Yeah, I noticed that a few times, and I noticed that in our latest video that will be coming out. I think it's episode 4, where we're in the compound and we are running low on ammo and we're like standing our ground and the Unidad ambush us. The only reason Unidad came is because the rebels attacked them. I noticed that when I was editing it, so I did. Yeah. It would be nice.
Yeah, we will go through that.
Yeah, it would be nice, if the AI were a bit smart. Yes, we're here, but don't compromise us while we're here. You know what I mean? That was one of the big failures when we were attacking. I think it was Fob Armadillo, I think the name of the base was.
Yeah. Or also, like you just said, don't compromise.
Mm-hmm. And it is very annoying. I don't know if this is fixable, but it is quite annoying when, especially when we were doing that Fob Armadillo one, I did miss a shot, so I did. And the sniper automatically knew where I was, even though I was in cover and I was a good distance out, Yeah. It would be nice to, where did those shots come from? I would understand, yes, he's vigilant now, he's aware of my presence. If I fired a second time and I miss, then it should compromise my position. It should not compromise my position the very first time I fired. Because, I noticed that, we were literally alerted to my position straight away as I fired my shot. We were getting fucking hit everywhere. It was annoying. And there should be another thing as well. Again on that Armadillo mission. Fob Armadillo. The first time we did it, because we did feel it because of the first time we did feel it because of the rebels coming in. What I noticed is when we were backing away, you remember that when we were backing away towards the water?
It kept
we
coming.
were we were losing them. Like, we were taking them out, and then next minute other patrols knew where we were. You know, it shouldn't be like that. You know, yes, they should be alerted to our presence in that area, but they should not know where we are. You know, we've moved from that position. Next minute, they automatically know where we are. They should add a system like in, you know, again, we're referring GTA because GTA does have a flawless system in some aspects, you know what I mean? Where, you know, if you turn a corner, that cop doesn't know where you are, or if you get in a different vehicle, that cop doesn't know you've entered that vehicle, you know. Those types of things should be added in, you know, because, you know, if I shoot old Hector here, you know, Emilio isn't gonna know who I am if he hasn't seen me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he shouldn't be, he should be alerted of me, but he shouldn't know who the hell I am and know where I was after I just shot Hector, you know what I mean? So, you know, AI need to be a bit more toned down in the aim body, you know, that's the best way to put it. They do have like homing devices, like they know where you are. That there's no escape from it, you know. We were backing away and backing away and backing away, but patrols just kept coming and they kept knowing where we were, even though we wiped out a patrol, and then next minute a next patrol comes in and they know where we are. Those types of things.
It was not bad that we backed away that much that we actually get killed in action because we went out of the
Yeah, we went out of the map. Yeah.
Not because we were backing away that much. We're literally in the middle of the compound, and then we started to go, fuck that, get the fuck out of there,
Yeah.
because there was too much coming. They were
Yeah.
coming. So we were backing off. We were taking out the first line.
I think we tried to go in to get a boat, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Next minute we died somehow.
Yeah. We're backing off from the first patrol. We're taking them out, and then all of a sudden we're out of shot.
Yeah.
Them. We were like happy days. Like my bum, they were there. They were right there. We're like, how the fudge do they know? Because it's not like we were in the middle of the open.
Yeah.
We were in the middle of nowhere, going towards water.
Yeah.
So that needs them down. No way.
What do you think when you're proning? Do you think what about a roll? You know, you could roll left and right.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Like we talked about in earlier in the video.
Yeah.
But the one thing I do, I like the animation of whenever you're proning and you're laying down, you're just chilling.
Yeah, you can look about. Yeah.
You can look about chilling because you're not like laying flat. You can just like look about like chilling back. But then again, right? That's whenever the rogue come in. You're lying on one side, and then someone shoots.
Yeah.
So there, you just roll on the other side into the cover. Roll into like you're out in the open, and just say like you're laying up the shop, and like you shoot, you miss, and they're out. You can roll in the cover, and now all of a sudden they're looking for you. They can't fucking find you straight away. They're not going to know. They're like, right, okay, where they are. They're looking for you, and then that gives you the option of either sucking them in.
Yeah.
To you,
like,
and then you roll out behind them, and then you get a cheap shot at them.
You know, those type, especially, you know, that type of stuff would be nice to have. Prone rolling, you know, rolling out of cover, shooting, rolling back into cover, or even, you know, like when you're running and diving on the ground, you know.
Yeah.
You know, or running and, you know, sliding for cover or rolling for cover, you know.
Yeah.
Those mechanics should be added in.
Because why is it you have to be crouched down just to get in the cover?
Yeah. You know, you should be able to, you know, you're running for your cover, next minute, you know, you're like, oh shit, he's you know, he's going to turn around and shoot me. You should be able to slide into that cover or dive for that cover. You know what I mean?
You don't have to run up to it and then crouch down.
Yeah.
And then, because if you're running and you hit the crouch button, you slow right down.
Yeah, but it would be a nice, another nice immersive action to the game. Yeah. So it would. You know, there was the game. You know, we have obviously went into a bit of, you know, the negative sides of the game, but you know, there was a lot of, you know,
positives.
Yeah, you know, the weapon selection, the customization. You know, one thing that I loved and I was praying that the game added was the L85A2. And Ubisoft, I know you're probably not listening to this, but thank you so much. You don't know how happy you've made me. You know, especially a person who's very British patriotic, you know. Adding that weapon And the sniper rifle, I won't forget the sniper rifle. I did see it. Adding the 2 British weapons into the game made my day. I didn't get to test them, unfortunately. I would have loved to have got to test them in the game, but I am looking forward to testing that. And customization, I can't wait to get into that. Especially when we did the first mission, when we were on top of the big mountain. We did have a look out, at the landscape, and people were, I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of people were, very, very, they were going to be like, oh, this game's going to come out with, downgraded graphics. It's going to be, horrendous graphics. Ubisoft again, they're just bumping up the graphics in their trailers and their gameplay footages. But when we get the game, it's not going to be as visually pleasing. But the game was absolutely stunning. Now, obviously, we were playing on the PS4, so we didn't get the full effect that what PC gamers would, but the game was visually stunning. You know what I mean? And just from what we seen, you know what I mean? It was.
But that's only one part of the map.
Yeah, it is a very, very beautiful game. So it is. What else, Dave? Anything else you've got?
All my thoughts have just disappeared.
Guys.
We could talk about this all day because fair enough, we're giving facts and opinions on it. Fair enough, I'll be honest with you, we'll probably give more negatives than positives.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not really giving the negatives. We're just giving our opinions on what
we would like to see to improve the game. Yeah,
but it's not negative. It's positive because we're giving our opinion on just the wee bugs. We're not saying we hate that about the game. We're not saying that's rubbish. We're just saying the wee things like what need to get added in and make it more realistic, more effective.
Yeah. I don't know if they're doing it. Are they? I didn't see in the game, but are they adding? I wonder if they're adding a wear and tear to your gun. So if you don't look after your gun, say you don't, go into the customization or the gunsmith, and you have to repair your gun. If you don't repair your gun, you get stoppages, or well, I wouldn't say there's less bullet damage because that's obviously not really possible, but it'd be nice to see stoppages if you're not looking after your gun. See things like that. That would make the game. I do, and one thing you did say in the game when we were playing, you love the bullet damage. Yeah. The bullet damage in the game is absolutely brilliant. So it is. You just double tap, and then a guy's dead. You know what I mean? Yeah. Although what I did notice when you die, there's no penalties for dying. I don't think there is. I'm not too sure how you would incorporate penalties for dying.
I don't.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know what you would do there, but that would. I don't know what there is.
No, don't think so. Well, like we said, we can talk about this all day. We've probably been here for.
Hour and a half, an hour and a half we've been recording for.
An hour and a half of talking about, which some people may find too long, some people may find happy days, because we're trying to give out every single detail of what we experienced on the game.
It does the I don't know if you would call this a podcast or whatever, but this voiceover / podcast, whatever you want to call it, it did feel very clunky, but that's because it was unscripted. We spoke out of
contact.
Yeah, we just literally hit the record button and went, right, let's go for it. But again, guys, we're still improving. Now, like we said in our FIFA videos, we are getting a lot more confident. Yes, we do ramble on a lot, but we learn as we go along. And yes, nobody's commenting on our videos and stuff, so it's really hard to get a
discussion.
Not just a discussion, but it's hard to get criticism to see where we're going wrong, because obviously we're always going to sit here and go, oh yes, that was good, that was brilliant, because it's us, we're very proud of our content that we're putting out. But, if someone is watching here and has come to the end of the video, fingers crossed, I know because we ramble
so
on, you
lucky.
probably, yeah, thank you very much, you know what I mean? But, if you're not that person who, has hit the X button and, fuck these two, thank you. And, if you do have criticism for us, we will welcome it. We're not going to tell you to piss off, we're not going to tell you, you're wrong, we've done this, we're doing this. I'm rambling on again, you know what I mean? So, we are learning, you know what I mean? And we do love it. Honestly,
We just want to reach out to
yeah,
the viewers.
yeah, we're trying to bring you guys in. We are still learning. Yes, we've been doing it for. You're probably sitting there. Yes, Chris and D, shut the hell up. You've got 22, 21 subscribers. 1,000 views, 2,000 views, whatever it is. So overall, you are doing good. But yeah, we know we are, and we're very, 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 very proud of it. I don't know. But we want, what we want is people commenting. We want people liking, and I don't care if you go, fuck you, Dave, fuck you, Chris. Comment that if you want. You know what I mean? Thank you. You know what I mean, guys. Again, like, comment, and and yeah, if it's always good to see. It always it does put a smile on our face when we see a new subscriber. And if you do subscribe, comment below. We will personally thank you. And follow us on Twitter, Facebook at RealMcWill on both social medias. And again, guys, have a good one.
Have a good one.